Commissioner Weinberg.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to respond to several of the things that were said tonight, but first I want to say that I understand the feelings of the majority of speakers that are here that live in unincorporated Dade. And I think it's ridiculous that the way our local government is set up, that we have unincorporated areas. You are an underserved community with regard to local government. Here you are looking for a governmental body to air your grievances, and we are a body that's elected by the residents within the 3.1 square miles of Aventura, and those are the people to whom we are responsible for and to whom we have to respond to. And you, yes, I understand there are some Aventura residents, but overwhelmingly the Aventura residents have been giving us a different viewpoint than the viewpoint you're expressing, and those are the ones that we are elected to serve. I think it's very unfortunate, and where I come from in the Northeast, things don't work that way. And so you're supposed to go to the county. Well, that's too big of a body, and you're supposed to think about incorporating, and that's a difficult hoops to jump through. And you're supposed to think about us annexing you, and I understand that prior commissions weren't so favorable towards that, although if you ask me, I might have a different opinion of that. I'm not so opposed to it. But in any event, what I want to get across is that this is a school board decision. Many of you stood here and said, why are you choosing that site? Why are you saying that site? We're not. I knew nothing about that site until I came to a meeting here and listened to the superintendent. I've gone to 2 presentations about new schools. One was for MAST in the past 4 months, and one was for iPrep. The school board chooses locations based on things such as land acquisition costs. It makes sense when you think about it. What is the cost of land acquisition for MAST? 0. FIU Biscayne Bay campus is donating the property, hence the location. What is the cost for land acquisition for the iPrep? 0. The school board owns that property. Whether or not it's the best site, that's what goes into the mix. That's the school board. You need to talk to the school board. When you say, some of you say, why not at Crop? Well, if you listen to the superintendent, he explained that these 2, as he calls them, franchise schools, seem to thrive in a separate environment, in their own self-contained. That's what the model is for MAST. That's what the model is for iPrep. Most of the iPreps are attached to other schools, and the feeling is, again, among the school board, what I heard and what's on the record is they thrive. Now, I take exception to a couple of things. Number 1, it's not the role of anyone here, other than a student's parent, to say, if you go to a non-traditional high school, you're not going to get into the same college because you don't have a marching band and you don't have this and you don't have that. That's offensive to me, especially as the parent of a son that goes to MAST. And he goes to MAST as a resident of Surfside, not as a resident of Aventura. None of you probably know that I wanted our city to invest in MAST to help to get that built as a one-time payment, and we would have priority seating in perpetuity. I lost that vote 6-1. To me, there's nothing more important to spend money on than the future of education and our children and the children that aren't even born yet. I lost 6-1. I might try again with this commission. But that's a decision for me to make. My son goes to a non-traditional high school, and he's going to go to college, and he's going to round out his resume however we see fit. How do we see fit? Well, my son happened to start his life in an orphanage in Siberia, so he likes to talk to foster children for his community service, and he goes 4 days a week to the Miami Beach Rowing Center. He likes to do crew. And it's not for anyone there to tell me that you better locate the school on Crop's campus or he's not going to have the same advantage going to college. That's BS. Number 2, I really resent anybody saying that it's an elitist idea that the purpose of iPrep is so that we can have separate but equal. That's outrageous. I urge all of you to go to Mast Academy and look at the student body. It is the most integrated student body. Look at who my son studies with in the library. Look at who his partners are in his projects. And if you think that it's a lily-white Jewish environment that is protective, he's got to tell some of these kids what a bar mitzvah is, okay? And it's a wonderful thing to be exposed to all of that. So I reject that notion. Now, what I do understand fully is the fact that this is not a good location for your quality of life, and I empathize with you. I understand that. I have said, you have very, very good people, very good leaders. I know Mark, now I know Howard, I know Susan, I know a lot of you, and I see you in other environments. And we are neighbors, and we are going to continue to live together and get along together. But in this case, you have a situation that's not going to be a value added to your day-to-day quality of life. I get that. And I've said to you on the record in the last meeting, I promise you I would be doing the same thing you're doing. I've done it before when high-rises were being built in neighborhoods where I thought they didn't belong. I was out there every day working hard and working and lobbying. I get it. I just want you to understand that what this resolution is tonight, it's not about us deciding what the best location is. That's not what it is. We're saying, given what the school board has told us, what the school system has told us, what they've told us is there's going to be a Mast Academy on the FIU campus and there's going to be an iPrep at Highland Oaks. We're saying, build it already. That's all we're saying. Build it. Stop talking about it. My son, I already know, is going to graduate before there's a building. It's not for my son. It's for the kids that are going to go in the future. They only have 208 students. They want 500. Every student that goes to Mast is a student that's not going on Ives Dairy Road. But why don't they have the students there? They don't have a building. So we're supporting, I believe, a resolution that says, that's what you told us you're doing, we want you to do it. I will tell you that I've heard from Dr. Karp tonight, and I heard from Dr. Karp last week. There might be a better solution. Fantastic. That would be great. I'm not married to Highland Oaks. That's the site they told me it's going. If you are able to get Dr. Karp to tell you the magic solution, please call me. Mark, you have my number. I want to hear it. Martin, if you have it, tell me whenever you have it. If there's a better solution, then I bet our resolution will become meaningless if we pass it tonight, because we'll probably pass another one that says, never mind, we now have one. Would I rather have that school in Aventura? Absolutely. If any of you know a developer, I'm not going to name names, they might be in this room, who wants to give us a couple of acres, again, it's land acquisition cost. If the school board decides they have extra money, by all means, give us the land and let's build it in Aventura. That would be great. But I don't see that happening. We don't really own any property as a city, but my point is, I don't think any of us are married to that location, but that's the location we've been given, and we need the school built. And we made certain promises to our parents when we were elected that we were going to give them options and we were going to give them choices. And that iPrep is perfect for some students, and it's not the right school for others. So I think it's important as a municipality that we support this resolution. And if a better option comes along, then we carve out iPrep from the resolution and we do a new resolution supporting the new location, which is going to be Biscayne Boulevard. Just taking a guess. Whatever it is, it is. Thank you, Mayor.